Hi everyone, welcome to the ServiceNow Star. On today's session, we'll learn about the ServiceNow GRC, Governance Risk Compliance. What is GRC? What is it about? And also we'll learn about why it matters and how ServiceNow's power the GRC in its platform. These are the things we're going to learn, so stay with me until the end of this video. We'll learn a lot. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on. Now, ServiceNow GRC, the governance, risk and compliance, is made up of, you have the governance part, the risk part, and also the compliance part. Now, there's a structured approach here. The running operations effectively, which means keeping your organization functioning at its best, and managing uncertainty. Uncertainties are the risks. So the governance is going to operationally, effectively, and also the risk is managing the uncertainties, like anticipating and addressing risk before they escalate. And you have the compliance that follow the rules and regulations, staying compliant with laws and internal policies. Now, a simple idea is GRC ensuring your organization runs smoothly, safely, and also legally. So think of it as a system that keeps the festival organization safe and run. So that's what a GRC really stands. Helping a given festival organization running smoothly with security perspective, with everything scheduled organizationally to happen step by step, okay, or synchronously and so on. And then the risk, reducing the risk is also another important part. So this is what a ServiceNow GRC really help us to work on. Now, let me go ahead and show you a very good example. Let's take a look at this, an example of a festival. So we're going to use a festival as an analogy. In the festival, there are so many challenges. Like, for example, it's a multiple performance. There are teams and departments under that. There's a large crowd. There's a customers and users. You have a complex logistics. You have these different kind of systems and processes. All these happen simultaneously or in different fashion in a festival. Without coordination, the festival become a chaos. Okay, we're not going to be interesting. Now, what do GRC really ensure? Everyone knows their role, okay? Who can do what at what time and so on. There will be a risks, right? These risks will be managed. There will be rules that need to be followed by every festival team and department and so on. With GRC, everything ran smoothly with no issue. With less risk, less issue. That's how the GRC really help us. Now, the governance is a planner. Your governance is a planner where this festival organization setting the visions and the structure, defining the policies and the rules, the assigning roles and responsibilities. That's where the governance really comes. Okay, how can we govern this festival? Ahead of time, you work on it, right? After that, you're going to set those rules and regulations. That's where the governance. Now, as a festival example, who perform the performance? And that's going to come through the governance. And when do they go on the stage? What time? And what are their roles? And so on and so on. So the outcome of this governance, setting a governance in a GRC environment, will have a clear direction. Okay, not only that clear direction, but also you'll have organized execution. From one event, another event happens smoothly. That's the benefit you have. There's a consistent decision making. There's no issue, hey, who's going to decide for me? Or you don't need to wait anyone else here. Okay, so that kind of issues will be reduced through the governance, setting the important governance structure within your ServiceNow environment, similarly on your festival. Now, risk, you see here, police officers right here. The risks is the lookout part, the problem anticipators. If there's any problem, how can we do? How can we resolve those problems? Identifying what could go wrong, assess the impact and the likelihood, preparing the mitigation plan. All those can happen through the risk. Now, the festival examples, if there is a rainstorm or power outage, okay, so if there's power outage, what should we do? We need to have an extra different external powers like that, and crowd safety issues, all those. So what's the outcome of having this risk managed? When we manage the risk effectively, we'll have a fewer surprise, we'll have a faster response, and a reduced impact on your overall performance of your festival. Okay, that makes sense. Now let's talk about the compliance. Compliance, a very interesting part. The compliance are the rule keepers. Compliance teams are the rule keepers for you. These are the ones, who implement the controls for you. The inspectors, they issue the laws, the regulations, the policies that need to be followed. And also, they manage the audit and evidence. They really work with auditors to make sure the work was correctly done, correctly measured, and tracking these different kind of regulatory requirements. Let's say you might work on an NIST 853 revision 4 or 5, and you may have another compliance that you need to use. So these are worked by your compliance team. Now, in the festival example, you have your permit secure, the safety standard meets, and the food vendors are getting approved. All those things are related to the compliance team. Now, what's the benefit of having a good compliance team in your GRC or in your festival. There's no, okay, you can avoid fines and short downs. You can avoid maintenance legitimacy, maintain a legitimacy. You can pass an inspection. So because of the compliance team that you have worked on your organizations. Now, without GRC, what will happen? Without GRC, okay? Without GRC, there's no clear plan. There will be so much confusion. There's a risk, risk will be ignored, and that ignored risk will result to a severe disaster. No compliance, which results to shutdown of your organization, and this may result to an angry crowd, unsafe environment, and also a damaged reputation. You might do one stage event, but after that, it's going to be so difficult for you. Now, with GRC, you'll have a clear structure. The risk will be managed effectively. Okay, rules followed, and this will result in a smooth operations, a safe environment, and a trusted organization. So once you develop your trusted environment, you are growing and thriving. Now, there are key benefits of GRC. Why GRC matters? Help you prevent this kind of different kind of chaos and drama, and protecting your reputations. So it prevents a chaos, it protects your reputations. That's the most important. Now, if you want to build trust and enable scalability, building trust and enabling scalability, all those comes through the proper GRC in your environment and supporting innovations, absolutely. So, better decision making, stronger resilience, regulatory confidence. These are the benefit of having a good structured GRC. In ServiceNow, there is a control center. ServiceNow is a control center for your festival command hub. Okay, for your GRC, what's going to happen is that the ServiceNow is a platform, right? It's going to power all these different capabilities under your GRCs. Capabilities like your policy management, your risk dashboard and scoring, automated compliance and audit, the real-time monitoring, and all those will result in an effective GRC environment. Okay, we're going to bringing in IT all together into one place using a ServiceNow. So you have your governance, which is a plan. You have a risk, spotting any problems or any issue that may arise, and the compliance, keeping it legal, keeping it based on the compliance criteria that has been there. Without GRC, you'll have a chaos, okay? With GRC, you have a control, safety, and trust. So that's why ServiceNow, we call ServiceNow, really powers it all, bringing everything together in one place as a single platform, powering it all, fully connected, nothing slips through the cracks. Because in ServiceNow, you have your GRC, governance, your compliance. Okay, for that, you might need your CMDB data, and that's also sit there. You might need vulnerability, you might need change. All those are there, so you're going to connect those and result you to an integrated environment that can provide, empower your organization. All right, that's pretty much we have what a ServiceNow GRC, governance, risk, compliance. Okay, what is it? What's the function? And also, how can we leverage GRC to power our environments to be a sustainable environment? Okay, that's pretty much covered, and we'll see you on the next one with another video. Until then, have a great